Ghost of Yotei's gameplay trailer has finally come out, and honestly I'm feeling more excited than a kid on Christmas Eve. But in typical internet fashion, people are already finding a way to hate on it, so let's go over some of the most smooth brain takes I've seen online. So here we have Exhibit A, which is obviously from Twitter, and it has the caption, "Enough time has passed, Eve is a better protagonist than Ghost of Yotei lady." What the hell do you mean enough time has passed? Have I been like trapped in the hyperbolic time chamber or something? Are we living on the same timeline? You can't say enough time has passed when you're talking about an unreleased game. I mean, there's still 3 more months until this game comes out, so we have no idea what the protagonist is like. I mean, there's more to a character than the one thing this guy is focusing on. Also, I don't get this comparison between Stellar Blade and Ghost of Yotei. I mean, Stellar Blade's set in the future, clearly, and Ghost of Yotei is set in the past. So they quite literally have nothing in common. The only reason I mention this is because this comparison is used so much. Like, even here, is this true about Ghost of Yotei? And on the left, you have the main character of Stellar Blade. Again, we're comparing these two games, don't know why. But on the left, we have Eve from Stellar Blade and a caption that says designed with gamers in mind. Now, the first time I read this, my brain sort of auto-corrected gamers to gooners, because realistically, we know why he's saying this. I mean, they are staring us in the face. But still, that's not what makes a game good. Obviously, it helps for some people, weirdos, but the majority of people that play games look for gameplay mechanics, they look for world building, they look for good stories, good graphics, and Ghost of Yotei seems like it has all of that. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played Stellar Blade, but let me quickly do some research, I'll be back.
1 hour later.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Souls game, but like easy. So I kind of do understand the comparison between this and Ghost of Yotei now, because they are both fighting games. But comparing their protagonists specifically is still stupid. You know, they're set in different timelines, of course they're gonna look different. Ghost of Yotei is a stunningly beautiful game with a hideous protagonist, do you agree? I mean, she's a warrior, not a supermodel. What are you talking about? I mean, I really don't understand why it matters. I mean, in the background you can see Ghost of Tsushima's playing, and you can't see Jin's face at all while playing the game most of the time. Of course there are times like in cutscenes you can see his face, but it still doesn't matter. So this criticism is completely invalid. You know, I would understand if people were complaining that you don't get to play as Jin, because, you know, we've spent a lot of time with him, we've got to know him, we've learned a lot about him, we've seen his like entire character arc, so that would make sense. But this sort of stuff is completely invalid, because people are just hating for the sake of hating. You know, the hate for the main protagonist got so bad that a former PlayStation employee had to respond to a couple of tweets. So this thread starts off with this tweet, which says, "Ghost of Tsushima sequel stars a Japanese woman samurai warrior," because of course it does. They can't help themselves until every franchise that was built on masculinity is replaced by women. Ghost of Yotei is, hopefully, a smaller spin-off game. But if this is a true sequel, and this is the new main character of a Jin Sakai, F that. I'm so sick of this forced girl boss narrative, man. And underneath it is a reply by Sean Layden, which is a PlayStation employee, or former PlayStation employee. And he says, 1. It's a game, an entertainment, a story a team of creators believe in. They wanted to make this. 2. It's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. In fact, why not make the game you want yourself? And honestly, that is extremely valid. I mean, these keyboard warriors that sit there and post tweets all day about how much they hate everything, know damn well they can't make anything as good as what they're complaining about, especially if he has this invalid criticism of this like forced girl boss narrative, speaking of it like it's the boogeyman or something. The final thing that I've seen is that Ghost of Yotei is going to be more of the same, and I find that ridiculous as well, because of course it is. It's a sequel. I mean, what did we expect? Like an FPS shooter game with a battle pass and a bunch of microtransactions? Of course it's going to be more of the same. That's what we want. You know, I feel like Sucker Punch really did the right thing, you know, changing certain things so that the game feels fresh, but keeping most of the important things that made Ghost of Tsushima so good. Anyways, drop a like, drop a sub. I'm gone. Bye bye.